Alright, so this isn't exactly the way I want the video to go. Alright, so before we start this video, I'm just going to go ahead and start off and say, no, I didn't run a 11. I did not reach my goal. I had a number of things kind of going against me, excuses, VTech wasn't popping, yada yada yada. So basically, what had happened was, I went to the track kind of ill-prepared. I assumed that everything was going to be just like it was a year ago, and apparently some things have changed. So one thing I had kind of going against me was the track prep was like really, really good, which wasn't good for me because the way I was launching the car before worked on a not so well prepped track. Basically, my first two runs. Yeah, so basically, like my first two runs, I had the rev limiter or the two-step set to 5,000, like 5 psi boost, and before I could just kind of let out the clutch a little bit, and it would spin and hook and it'd go, and that was good for a consistent like 1/860 foot. So I tried to do that for my first run, and I let out the clutch, and it just dead hooked, just straight up dead hooked and bogged. And then took forever to build boost back up, and it went on. I ran like a 13 or 12.7 or something at like 115. So that was concerning because I was like, all right, 115, it's pretty low. I was trapping 120, 119 before. It's a pretty substantial drop in mile an hour from last year. So second run, I tried to do the same thing with a little more pedal. And just same thing, hooks and bogs. Third run was a bust. I just put the pedal to the floor, dropped the clutch, and it just spun. And every 60 foot was like a 2.0, 2.3, 2.2, and then I missed fourth in the last run. So yeah, not exactly a great day. I wasn't even gonna bother making this video, but I decided why not. I got the footage. So anyways, here's the footage of my shitty day at Funday Sunday. Hey guys, what's going on? So yeah, we're here again, Funday Sunday. Yeah, super nervous. This is going to be the first pass on the E153. Hoping everything holds together. I'm keeping the tune relatively the same as it was the last time a year ago. Granted, I've got new cams and a different intake, so that's probably going to change things ever so slightly, but, or a lot. It might change things a lot. I don't know. Anyways, I'm not running any more boost than I was the last time. I decided to keep the boost at the same level that it was the last time I ran the 12.0, because I want to see what difference the intake and the cams made. So yeah, I'm going to sit here and try and calm my nerves and wait for the line to move up and catch you at the start line. Definitely balked the shit out of that launch. That was not a good 60 foot. She held together though. She survived the first pass. Hallelujah. Got beat by a fucking Super Beetle though. I don't know, it felt weird.
brakes. Alright, so first run was a 12.7, pretty horrible, at 115, 2060 foot. Just, I just really fucked up the launch. I let out, or I wasn't into the gas all the way. I was like at like 30%, so that when I let off the clutch, it just lost everything. So, next time I'll just keep my foot all the way down and see what happens. We'll bring that 60 foot down. I would like to see a higher trap. I turned the boost up a little bit. We'll see what happens. The track is like insanely sticky. I am just hooking and bogging. I beat a GTR though. I think he let out or something. Or he's going home because he just got beat by a Ford Escort. I think I'm done. I think I'm just done.
So after watching that, I'm gonna kind of explain some of the things that kind of went wrong, other than track prep being excellent and me being ill prepared. What we're going to pay attention to here is this bottom column here. So what this graph is a target boost versus actual boost. So what we're looking at here is target boost versus actual boost. The yellow line is the target, the green line is the actual boost. So right here what we're looking at is the launch. This is me on the two-step. It's making about 2 psi, not really ideal there, but that's fine. This should look like that. That's not a big deal. What's concerning here is so this is first gear, second gear, third gear, fourth gear. So second gear boost comes ramping in really slow and never actually hits target boost. Third gear, same kind of thing. Boost comes in really slow and only really hits peak boost at the end of third gear.
Fourth gear, a little bit better, but still boost comes ramping in really slow. And, you know, only really hits target boost at the end of the gear. So, all right, so this is basically happening because I'm using closed loop boost control. The ECM is monitoring how much boost is being made and trying to adjust it to a target. So there's two ways you can do boost control. You can either do it open loop or closed loop. Closed loop is supposed to be better, but it's hard to get it to control correctly. Open loop's probably better for the track, but you have to tune it. You have to know how the car is going to be loaded up and what duty cycle you need to run to achieve the boost that you want. So it's really easy to have boost run away from you in closed loop, or it's really easy to have boost run away from you in open loop if you tune it one way and then run it the other. So like if you tune it on the dyno and then get it on the street may load it up completely different, and then you'll completely overshoot the boost you're going for. So anyways, that's why I try and use closed loop, because if it's tuned right, it's great because you just tell it, hit this boost, and it hits that boost, and it's great. I didn't have this tuned right. I had it tuned for the street, doing rolling into the gear, and it worked a little better, but this did not work at the track. So the second run, same kind of thing. Never hit target boost in second gear, hit target boost really late in third gear, and then fourth gear, even worse, didn't hit target boost until like near the end of fourth gear. So, you know, rather than running my target of 24 psi, I was at like 19, 17 psi throughout the majority of the run. And then third gear, or third run, even worse, screwed up the launch in first gear, short shifted into second, spent a really long time in second gear making practically no boost. Then same thing, third gear, I did adjust this a little bit so it worked a little bit better. So third gear did kind of come up to target, but then it fell out and then came back in, so it was a little bit better. And then I missed fourth, which is what this is here, where it's all dippy there. Missed fourth, it just wouldn't go in the fourth gear, so I had to let out completely, and then I lost all boost and whatever. So this was the 13.3 or something at 111. Yeah, so that's just a bad time. So what this should look like, this is what I did today. This was just on the street, of course. But this is me after retuning the boost control. It looks like it's working better. You know, I didn't do it from a dead stop, but I tried to simulate a track run as well as I possibly could. So this is second gear. I have no traction on the street in second gear, so this is misleading. It hits, I step on it, it spins, and then I end up shifting. So I did short shift into third here, so that's why this is low and taking a while to come in, because the car just doesn't make boost down in this rev range. But once the turbo gets spooled, it comes up to target and stays on target. Same thing for fourth gear, kind of slow shift it into fourth here, but comes up to boost really quick, stays in boost the entire time through third gear, or fourth gear, through gear, whatever. This is the way it should look, not like this. So I think that's one thing that was hurting me a lot at the track. I think that's one thing that why the car was trapping kind of low. Another thing I think that may have been hurting me was when I installed the cam gears on the car, I had them retarded a little bit, and to try and move the power band up, but maybe I had them retarded too much, and maybe that was costing me, maybe that was hurting a lot. So maybe that was hurting me. So I went ahead and when I did this run, I went ahead and I set the cam gears back to 0, so they're in stock position. I also turned the boost up a little bit. So this was, you know, a solid between 22, 24 psi, 22, 23. It's just below target, but I'm fine with that. This I can work with this, so as long as it's hitting. So if I know it's just below target, I can, rather than, you know, if I know that 270 kPa is actually going to be about 265 kPa, and I can work with that, because if I want 270 kPa, then I just set it to like
to 80 kPa, and it'll you know, it'll get there. So anyways, that's pretty much that. I'll probably spend a little bit more time getting the kinks worked out, making sure that the car is going to do what I want it to do when I get it on the track, so I don't have to worry about any of this, and I can focus purely on getting the car off the line, because that was probably one of the biggest issues I was facing, was getting the car off the line consistently and figuring out. And I only got 3 runs in, yeah, so I only got 3 runs in like 6 hours, you know, and that's just not fun. So yeah, all right, so yeah, that's basically that. That's, yeah, those are my excuses for why I did so poorly after, you know, not going to the track for a whole year. So basically, yeah, I just need to work on getting, you know, once I get all this stuff figured out, and I know the car is going to do what I expect it to do, I won't have to worry about that while I'm at the track. I can focus purely on getting the car off the line. I can just work on launching the car, not tuning the car. You know, the car should be tuned. Car feels great on the street, but it's really hard when you add a crap ton of traction. The car loads up completely differently, and your tune may perform completely different than how you expect it to perform, which is basically what happened with me. So basically, I just need more seat time. I need to figure out how to get the car off the line consistently and correctly. So yeah, that's basically it for now. I'm probably going to try and get back to the track sometime this week, maybe Wednesday, maybe Friday, I don't know. It's all really going to depend on schedule and whatnot. So, but anyways, I'm going to try and get back. I'm going to get this damn thing into the 11s. I know it has it in it. It's got low 11s in it if I can get it to do what I want it to do. So anyways, till next time.